Welcome to Seller Strategies, where we answer questions or concerns from you about selling on Amazon in 5 minutes or less. Your hosts, Maria with Fetcher and Ervin with Splitly.com. Feel free to check us out. Fetcher is a profit analytics tool for sellers, so you know your profits at all time. And then Splitly helps you do A/B testing, so you can optimize your listing and get more sales. Awesome. So let's get started. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the game, the Amazon selling game and how it's changed. I'm sure you've heard a lot about the buzz and some sellers losing reviews overnight. Yes, it's happening, and yes, the game is changing. And we're just gonna share some tips and tricks that we've implemented ourselves, that we know sellers, successful sellers have implemented themselves as well. So you can implement them and let us know if you've tried them before, what works, what has worked for you, and what doesn't work for you. We'll be more than happy to learn. Okay, awesome. So let's get started. One thing I wanted to start with is that you want to create a brand. And we talked about this a few videos ago, but I can't emphasize this enough. You want to create a brand and start building it from the beginning if possible, because it's a long process. So as soon as you find your product, you know what you're going to sell, you know it's a winning product, find out about the niche or the people that buy it, make sure they're passionate. And then as soon as you place your purchase order with your manufacturer, you know you're going to have some time. It could be a month or 3 months, or in my case, it was 6 months. You will have time to create some branding. Go where your customers are at, whether that's Pinterest, Instagram, or Facebook, or all of them. Up to you, depending on your bandwidth, but create a brand. That's the main point here. Don't forget and start creating a brand, because as you start scaling your business with your second, third, and fourth product, you will be very glad that you created a brand, because the second time you release or you launch, the third time is going to get easier because you're already going to have a loyal fan base. So create a brand, number one. Number two, solve a real problem. While yes, we do believe in finding winning products, because hey, if they're making sales, you want to jump on that wagon. But make sure that you're actually solving a problem and not just creating another, make sure you're solving a problem and not just creating another product, because otherwise you're going to be another one in the pack. You have to be different. And then when you solve a problem, people are going to be even more passionate about what you're selling. Just to give an example, I use a productivity planner, and I know you do too, Ervin. Mm-hmm. I swear by my productivity planner. Let me tell you something. When I was, of course, on Amazon looking at products to buy, there was one that caught my attention the most. Now, I'm one of those people that doesn't just go off of the main image on Amazon, because I sell on Amazon. So I'm one of those that actually opens up all the listings and reads through the description. So I did that. I had 4 different planners open, and one caught my attention. This is the Panda Planner Productivity. And I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not going to make money if you buy them, but I do recommend them. And what caught my attention about them is the offer and the problem, how they talk to me. Head over there and check them out. Panda Productivity Planner, and you'll see, click on the 7th image, and you'll see everything they offer. They offer all of these different materials, PDFs, videos, everything to train you on how to use their product, but most importantly, the problem that they're trying to solve. What is that? What is that? Me, the user, creating a process, keeping track of my goals. Because think about this. If I'm the user, you want to understand your user first and know when they go to sleep, right before falling asleep, what keeps them up at night. It won't be, let me tell you, it won't be, I wish there was a planner with 100 pounds in thickness. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking, you know what? I want a planner that's going to help me stay organized. I want to be more productive. I want to achieve my goals. All these things is what you're going to use into your product description, into your emails, into your social media posting. I mean, everything. This is gold, because once you use that copy, what they're thinking, and use that online, whether it's on Amazon or social media or on your emails, they're going to feel familiar and say, you know what? They're talking to me. I need this product. Again, that's when you create a real brand. And then create an offer, kind of what we've talked about before on the 7th image. Don't forget to check it out. Panda Planner, 7th image. And just 2 things to remember. It's a process. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process, but believe me, it's a vehicle that once you build it right, it grows and it continues to grow amazingly. So it's a great opportunity. And then try to use tools to automate because, you might be thinking right now, you know what, Maria? It sounds so great, but I only have 4 hours a week to work on this. How do I do this? It's possible, believe me, because I'm working on 3 hours a week sometimes. But try to automate things. Find items or tools out there that can automate things for you. So what do you think, Ervin?
No, I think you've touched on lots of really good points, Maria. And did you know before I started selling on Amazon, I was actually selling and I'm in the sales field myself.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And there was a saying that if you finish a call with a customer and if you talked about 80% of the time, then you're doing it wrong. So typically what happens during these calls is, especially if it's a cold call, you ask a lot of probing questions because they don't care about what you're trying to offer. They don't care if you've got a cheaper price. They care about their own problems. So what you want to do is find out what they're having problems with because each person has a different set of problems. Even though they may all say fall around a certain group or category of problems, they all have their own unique problems and they all have their own priority of problems that they want to solve. So if you position your product as to a solution to the problems that they're solving and create value for the customer, then they would be inclined to buy your product. Maria, if I tell you that Panda Planner increased their price by $10, would you still buy that planner?
I will. And I'm cheap. I do not spend, but for that, because they are solving my problem, and I've seen them beneficial to my life, I would pay the extra 10.
Mm-hmm. And there you go. Again, that builds on the value of the item that you're trying to sell, but also how the brand resonates with you. So that's why it's important these days to sell on Amazon that you create a brand and you also add value with your branding or with any products that you're trying to sell, be it through freebies or if the product itself adds value to the customers. As in the last bit of note, I do see a lot of listings these days on Amazon where they just talk about the features or the raw materials that the product's made out of, but I don't really care about that as a customer. I just care about how this solves my problem or how this benefits my life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or one last comment. If it's all about how you position it. So for example, if you're going to talk about how the Panda Planner helps you organize your thoughts, you can talk about it helps you organize your thoughts because we have extra notes section at the end of the planner. You know what you see where I'm going with it? Focus on the problem, and then you can talk about the feature, but you already talked about how that feature is tackling that problem. So just keep in mind that. Man, I could talk about this for hours. Thank you, Ervin. I love this.
Yeah.
But we're out of time. So thank you so much for tuning in today, Friday. Hope you have an amazing weekend. And don't forget to share the love and either, do everything. Share it on Facebook, comment, share it on YouTube, and comment as well. See you next Friday, everyone.
Keep crushing it, guys. See you next week.